Hi, guys. Happy Thursday. Glad you could join me today. I'm here in another location again, always trying to mix it up for you guys. And as you can see by the weather outside, it is gloomy. So, yes, I am not in Florida anymore. I am back in the good old state of Illinois. Happy to be back. I hope you all appreciated the warm weather. I tried to bring it back with me. Best I could do was a little bit warmer than below zero for you guys. So I am a little all over the place today. I tried to get my facts and figures together today to do this live, and I thought, you know what? I think I'm just going to wing it. Not really wing it, but a little bit winging it. All right, today's quote is food is our common ground, a universal experience. And that is by James Beard. I'm not sure who he is, but I liked the quote, and so I share it with you today. And the reason that I picked that quote today was I was, for some reason, thinking about food. I don't remember how I got on the food thought. I know, like, I like to Google things about January and I try to make it relevant to the month or the season or whatever. January has to be something food. I don't know if it's like make good food choices month or something along those lines. Something is about food. So that's why I picked it. Uh, I know that it is also going to be a full moon tonight, and you know I love telling you guys about the full moon. Love it, love it, love it. And tonight's moon is a wolf moon, and I almost think I've been doing this a full year because I feel like I told you when it was a wolf moon last January, and I think I howled, or maybe I howled for something else. But at any rate, full moon. So if you hear any howling tonight, it's those wolves. They hungry. I wanted to give you the answers to last week's quiz. The first question I had was, what state is the most visited? And it was the state that I was in at the time that I gave you the quiz, and that was Florida. The second question was the number one tourist attraction in the USA according to Google, and that is Times Square, New York. Third question that I asked you guys was what what city is most visited in the world? And I found this to be a little bit surprising. It's Hong Kong. I don't know what is in Hong Kong that brings people to that particular city. Are one of the seven wonders in Hong Kong? I don't know. Have I seen any of the seven wonders? Is the Grand Canyon one of the seven wonders? Because if it is, then yes, I have seen one of the seven wonders. I don't know what the other ones are. If anyone knows, please share it with me in the comments. I would appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So this week's trivia questions are going to be geared towards food. I thought about going with moon trivia. I'll save it. I'll save it for another month. You're welcome. The first question that I have for you is what do 20% of people do while they're cooking a home cooked meal? What do you think? 28%. It's kind of a low percentage. So, what do you think that they're doing while they are cooking a meal? That is the first question. The second question is what is the oldest type of prepared food? This is something that a lot of people say you shouldn't eat. A lot of people don't eat it, or they eat it in more of a whole form, if that's a little clue for you. And then the third ingredient, or the third question is, what is the most common ingredient in food? It's almost like so easy, right? Most common ingredient in food. if you think about all foods that we eat, what do you think almost all the foods that we eat have in them? But we put it in there. So good luck. Good luck with that. I think it will be easy peasy. I don't think you'll have any problem answering those 3 simple trivia questions. So the reason, again, that I picked this topic was I was thinking about the home and I was thinking about the food because I try to tie them together. Whatever my trivia is, I try and tie it in with the home in some way, form, or fashion. And so I was thinking about home cooked meals. See how I did that? Home cooked. Obviously, right? And I was wondering about the home cooked meals and if anybody watching off the top of their head is like has a favorite home cooked meal, or if they have something that they cook with regularity that the family loves, easy peasy, or not. Maybe you spend 1 or 2 days a season preparing like a pasta sauce, and that you have pasta that's your home cooked meal for months and months. I don't have any go to meal that I prepare with any regularity. As I getting older, I don't have anybody to cook for, so I'm just cooking for myself. So a lot of times I'll do a salad, which obviously is nothing cooking. Maybe I'll cook like some chicken and put the chicken in the salad. But when I was growing up, one of the special meals that my mom would make would be something called chicken devan, and it's basically like chicken, rice, broccoli, and cheese. That's what we called it, but I think it's called something else, which I don't know what it's called in other people's world, but that's what we called it. I think my mom got it from some recipe from some talk show. I want to say it was Phil Donahue or Dinah Shore or someone like that who had a cook on, and we just loved it. Loved it. It was easy. It had all of your food ingredients in it. It's got your meat. It's got your vegetable, and it's got your starch. One casserole. I feel like you can't go wrong with a casserole, right? I mean, who doesn't love a good casserole or a good lasagna? You have it for days. It's delicious. Sometimes it gets better the next day. So, of course, that's a good one. And then, so then I was thinking about summer meals versus winter meals. And there's definitely a difference. In the summertime, I like to cook on the grill a lot. I like the taste of grilled food. I like the taste of grilled vegetables. It's so much easier, minimal ingredients, minimal cleanup, and you just go right from the grill to the plate. And in the wintertime, it's interesting because I don't cook as many vegetables in the winter as I do in the summer. And salad out here in Illinois, the vegetables are not really in season for me to even be cooking, to be even having a salad. The tomatoes are weak, for lack of a better word. Cucumbers, not always good out here. So then I have to go with, canned food, canned ingredients. Like I do like the chickpeas in my salad. It's good fiber, fills you up. And quinoa, sometimes I'll put in a salad. But so I was wondering what you guys do and what is your summer food, summer meal, your winter meal, if there is a difference, and do you cook alone? Are you a natural born cook? I was thinking about that as well. I was thinking my grandma used to make breaded pork chops, and I remember watching her make them once or twice. She didn't really ever give me the lowdown on how to make them, and I wish now that I did know how to make them. I know that they were thin. They were really thin pork chops, and they didn't take long to cook. But I don't remember if she used like milk and then breading and then egg and then breading. I don't really know how she made it, but they were very tasty. And I wish that I would have had something that was passed down from my parents or my grandparents to me. And so that's what I was wondering for you guys. Do any of you have a recipe that you've gotten from your grandparents or generations, and the recipe goes on and on? Every once in a while I'll see a video on Facebook. I think one of my friends showed the family was they were making the sauce, which I referenced earlier, and you see these huge cauldrons of tomatoes fresh from the garden, and then they're jarring them all. And I don't know how many jars of tomato sauce they made, but my children's grandmother, great grandmother, she was old school. She was first generation Italian. She made her own bread. She made her own pasta. She made the sauce. That sauce would be cooking on that stove for days and days and days, using the bone marrow and the necks and the whatever it is that you guys use, the Italians use to make the sauce. But good stuff. Very, very good stuff. So when you are cooking at home and you think about your memories of your home, is that one of your memories of your childhood home? Because the kitchen is really the heart of the home. And the kitchen holds so many memories for so many of us, whether it's sitting down with the family having a meal or preparing the meal, or maybe you did your homework at the kitchen table, whatever it is. And so as a realtor, that's one of the first things that buyers want to look at is the kitchen. How does it look? How does it work? Is it efficient? Does it have enough counter space? Is the stove in line with, the kind of cooking that I do? I was at a friend's house, my friend in Florida, and she had a gas stove. And as, we're becoming more and more conscious of this gas situation, are we going to be turning to electric stoves? I have a gas stove. I've used an electric stove. I don't know. It's different. It's totally different. I don't think that the flame, like you can't immediately turn down the flame on an electric stove. So, what has been your experience? Do you guys have the gas or the electric? Um, so, so when I was again saying that, one of the things that we sometimes tell people when they are selling their home is to like bake some cookies before a showing. And the reason that we do that, it's more psychological than anything, but it's because people have those memories of, cookies baking in the oven, or it just brings back some nostalgia, and it makes people want to be in that environment. Other times we might tell them to have like something boiling, like potpourri. Like there's a mixture like cloves and cinnamon and like orange slices or something along those lines, and it creates just a wonderful aroma in the house that again just stirs a memory for people where it's a feel-good memory, if that makes any sense. So I think I tied that in rather nicely. I know that when I was making my little notes, I had so many other things that I was thinking I was going to talk about, but then sometimes when I get in front of you guys, I go blank. I'm like, oh, what else was I going to say? What else were my notes? And they just escaped me. So I just, like I said, trying to wing it. I think I did pretty good actually. So I don't know if you guys are going to be out again, circling back with the full moon, if you're going to be out tonight, but it starts at midnight. And what's really cool is I think you'll be able to see the moon right around 5 or 6 o'clock up in the eastern sky as the sun is setting. That's just so cool, isn't it? When you can see the sun and the moon at the same time, and it's a full moon, it's very cool. So if you get a chance to see it, let me know. Did anyone see the picture? I think I posted it on my Facebook page of Jupiter. Like somebody posted, they took, I think NASA took pictures of Jupiter, and it's so detailed. It's amazing how close we can get to these planets and all the details that was in the planet. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. If you get a chance to see it, check it out. All right, so I have mentioned a final couple things. I have mentioned in the past that if anybody is wanting to do yoga, please let me know. That offer still stands, as does my offer to help you with any of your real estate needs, because I am a realtor. So if you have any questions or you guys are ready, the spring market is just around the corner. Let me know. I will be happy to help you. In the meantime, do your best to stay happy in this gloomy weather, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.